Welcome everyone to the Overwatch All-Stars Brawl presented by Star Esports. This tournament is a double elimination bracket tournament dedicated to the Overwatch Tier 3 community. We're also powered up by OmniCoach. You can visit omnicoach.gg and use promo code Star Esports for 10% off your first video package order. That's right, we are sponsored here. Today we got Tidal Esports Lullaby versus Winnable. My name is Sci-Fight, and I'm joined by my cohort and co-caster, Sir Waltham. How you doing, Sir Waltham?
Doing pretty good. Ready to see these two teams go neck to neck for it here. Don't believe I've seen much of these teams, so definitely looking to make some good first impressions.
Yep. We also have Swiftly on the comms for an interview. Swiftly, you want to explain who you are?
What's going on? I'm the head coach for TE Lullaby. That's kind of what I do. You also may have heard of me of Gabriel.
Very nice, very nice.
Sir Fantastic. Waltham, you got a question? Yeah, I do actually. Swiftly, if you don't mind just hanging out with us for a few moments. Now, you said you were the coach for Team Lullaby. What does that involve from your point of view in your organization? I know that some coaches kind of have a little bit of a different role depending on the team. How does it work for Lullaby?
So before I was with Lullaby, I was a player development specialist, which is still kind of what I specialize in. Mm-hmm. So I do one-on-ones with the players on the team. And then I also try to make comps, and I always get input from my assistant coach, Max. And we make comps, especially with the new 222 lot coming up, potentially. We kind of make routing for maps, pathing. We haven't really had a large chance to do that, as the roster is very new, and actually we just picked up 2 people playing on our roster, like, this week. So we're a fairly new team.
Okay, well, fantastic. I definitely look forward to seeing those players, if they're going to be in the match, kind of get inducted into the team, if I may say. Now, when it comes to you, and you said you tend to do a little bit more of the player development aspect of it. When you look at the macro side of it, things, when you look at the entire team play as an entirety, how much freedom do you give your players? Are you one of those coaches who says, okay, if we go to this map, I definitely want you guys running this, or is it a little bit more flexible than that?
So it really just depends on where we're at. I always let them give input on what comps we're running, but it really just depends on the meta, because sometimes my players say really weird things, like, I just want to run ball every map.
Ooh.
And that's just not possible,
Right. Yeah, I mean, it certainly makes sense. And I did have one more question as I try to recover it from my brainstem here. Oh, yes. Have you guys been doing any preparation as far as moving towards that 222 lock that it seems like we're going to be getting in, at least in the OWL contenders scene, and which I imagine a lot of the more community tournaments will start rolling out with, or are you kind of just keeping it open selection for your team until, the day finally comes?
So until NFN and Watchers are over, we've been focusing on the normal comps that we've been running. But as soon as NFN and Watchers are over, we will be running the 222 lock.
Okay, fantastic. And it's cool to hear that you are also in the NFN tournament. If I remember properly, and I'm sure Sci-Fight can correct me on this if I'm wrong, we did have a team that we were watching just about an hour earlier who was also involved in the NFN tournament. So it's very cool to hear that we're having kind of a lot of the same overlap in teams here. It kind of helps build that familiarity between them. Are there any teams from that tournament that you kind of recognize on our roster throughout the tournament?
Just about all of them, except like a couple of them, like Team RPI and Winnable, are not in there. But Phase 1, they're in there, Triumph Academy, and then just etc.
Okay, fantastic. Great to hear. And since you do have that familiarity, since you are seeing some recognizable names, is your team one that really kind of focuses on what the other team does? Do you do a lot of, I guess, counter research to your opposing team? Or are you more so the team that kind of just looks inwards and focuses purely on your own gameplay?
Yes, so I actually really like focusing on the enemy's gameplay. I actually woke up at 5 just to make a scouting report on Phase 1 because we played them today. We still didn't do well, but mostly because we don't know how to run comps into their comp, because their comp is very unique to themselves, and they play it very well.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. That's great.
we were watching a little bit of them earlier today, so I don't think anybody who caught that first broadcast will be too surprised. But I'm definitely anxious to be going ahead and getting right into the action here swiftly. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go so we can have the teams go at each other. But I do want to say thank you very much for coming in here, answering a few questions. And do you have anything you'd like to say before you head off?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And our weakness is because Funny Hunter is Danish.
Okay, worth noting. Those of you at home want to definitely be jotting that down in your notebooks. I'd say nationalist, but yes. But once again, thank you, Swiftly, for coming in and hanging out with us. We appreciate it very much, my friend.
Not a problem. Thank you so much.
Good luck out there.
You too.
Well, we got Ford playing Icon Rumble over here, just randomizing the logos.
Yeah, not a whole lot of Icon
starting out with Junkertown today. It's going to be TE Lullaby in the blue and Winnable in the red.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And like we said, not a whole lot to really kind of expect from these teams, at least from my end. I have not been doing my research onto these groups. But I that for me, that just kind of lets it be more exciting. I get to definitely see the action as it unfolds, for the first time.
I agree. We've seen Winnable. I believe they were in a previous brawl, if I recall correctly. Let me double check that.
Sure thing. Either way, I think it definitely has been a while. My involvement last month was admittedly a little bit dry, so
Boo.
I agree very much.
Boo.
But I'm back on my usual schedule, so yay. Let's hear it. Thank you, Sci-Fi. Thank you. But with that being said, with my ego now being tamed, it looks like we are just waiting for the last few members of the side of, I believe it's going to be Lullaby to just get ready, get assembled, and kind of get organized. But what do you expect, Sci-Fi, coming out of here on this Junkertown map?
I'm expecting either Widow, Farah, or Arisa, or all of them, a combination of them. There's a lot of bunker strats that are very potent on Junkertown. Arisa's not like the best hero on this map because there's a lot of space, especially in point A, to get around her shield and go around. But we're definitely going to be seeing some bunkers as we get up to the later points. I think it's the optimal strategy, to be honest, and the optimal main tank. But overall, I both these teams are seeming like a wild card here.
Yeah, and I mean, when you talk wild cards, it can either be extremely, satisfying or it can be a little bit disappointing. So I'm leaning towards the fact that I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more satisfying. I'm hoping we're going to get to see some high intensity brawling and not more close to the smear that we've seen, in previous tournaments. But that's just because I like casting good Overwatch, and it certainly makes it a little bit easier.
Sorry, I was just adjusting my mic a little bit. Is that better? Refused?
Well, as we get our mic issues settled here, we're going to be taking a quick peek at the defense coming out here. And it looks like the side of Lullaby going to be rolling out with the double sniper composition here, as well as the pulled pork. Not quite an uncommon situation. We do see the Orisa Hog work very well, and the two snipers do often play off each other a lot.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering if Bowie's actually going to stay on this Reinhardt, or are they going to swap to the Arisa for the Bastion? Nope, it looks like we're going to be seeing some variation of bunker comp with the double sniper as well. It's going to be mirror comps. Ooh.
Yeah, except this time it's going to be Carry Happa getting the early advantage over Love. It's going to be a nice position for the side of Winnable. Winnable then taking down Funny Hunter. These snipers are not safe in any position forward, chasing down their counterpart, and now we're seeing a little bit of aggression come out from the side of Winnable. They're going to be pushing ahead. The Hog Arisa particularly trying to get those early picks. The snipers, however, absolutely tearing it out here. And we see the return grab come in from Renoff, but not going to be anything. Love taking down Carry Happa, although it's still looking very favorable for the side of Winnable.
Yeah, this is super good for Winnable. Carry Happa's putting on his carry pants here, almost charged up to that infra site here, which is going to give him a big advantage. Ooh, that Hull hook almost goes through, and takes down Funny Hunter, but he's able to dash away from it. They are able to recontest here. There's the halt and the hook coming through. Gets the Diva.
Yeah, very good combo, and it looks like the kills will now start to go in favor. Love getting 2 headshots right out of the gate, and now we're seeing the tank start to stall a little bit here, and it looks like it's going to be successful as Ruby going to be getting the kill onto a few of the members, and now it's just cleanup here for the side of Lullaby, and they're going to be holding point right at first.
Yep, they're going to stagger the Diva as much as they can. That's a really nice stagger for 10 seconds. Anyone wants to know why you want to keep that baby Diva around and not kill her, it's so that you can stagger the respawn timers from each team. Every hero has a respawn timer of 10 seconds, and it's super useful to kill someone last second. It's also really useful if you're playing in comp to die all at the same time. It's really good. Ooh, big bomb.
Yeah, very big bomb coming out from the side of Ford, going to be taking down Funny Hunter, as well as the amplification bongo from Renok. And the kills now starting to continue to flow for Winnable's side. Love going to be getting the turnaround slightly, with Carry Happa getting their head pulled, but Love going to be having the favor returned rather quickly. And it's looking like this is going to be a first point cap for Winnable.
Yep. Solid point cap. They were defended on, but they came back through it. Didn't use too many ultimates. They used the damage. Ooh, big hook coming in. It's going to take down Renok there with the whole hog. Brilliant plays there, and Mercio.
Yeah, that is a very good ultimate. You're getting 2 whole hog, usually a little bit harder to utilize, but they're going to manage to pull it away. Ford chasing down Funny Hunter, and it's going to be a little bit of a pullback once again from Lullaby.
Yeah, that was really good coming in from Russian there. They're going to be able to move this point just a little more. And a solid whole hog, as you were talking about. It's not an ultimate that you can use very thoroughly. He's going to get another hook onto Ruby.
Yeah, Ruby, that loss is crucial. We're now seeing the dragons come out. Doesn't look like it's going to net anything, but a lot of kills coming through from Carry Happa. Karn going to be taking it down a Widowmaker, but that's not going to quite be enough, as the kills are now starting to flow once again for Winnable, and they're going to get it all the way to second point. It looks like nobody to contest.
Yeah, they just keep moving this cart. 4 minutes on the clock for attack. This is so solid, and they just keep winning every single fight. They're not using too many ultimates, and yeah, they're putting on their carry pants. All they used was the dragon, really, and when you're using one ultimate to win a fight and a point, you have so much resources for the next one. Organic's already getting some pickups. This cart's going to keep moving.
Now we're absolutely going to see more movement and more kills coming through from Organic. This player does not seem to be stopped. That Mercy Pocket going right onto them with maximum efficiency. But Carry Happa not looking to be overlapped. Karn going to be taking down Bowie. It doesn't look like it's going to quite be enough. The res now coming through, but that only helps bolster the numbers in an already winning fight for Winnable.
Yeah, this is like a big... so this is a big tip. This is why Winnable are winning so much, is that Karn can't get to high ground to contest Organic on this Hanzo. Dragon's gonna come through, gonna try and touch spawn and bait some people out. Dragon gonna answer off the side of Funny Hunter. Here's the fight.
Yeah, a lot of ults coming out now. We're seeing numerous. Love going to be getting the first kill in this fight on the Carry Happa. However, now defense is going to be rolling through with some kills of their own. We're now seeing the grab come in, not going to be landing onto anything onto the side of Bowie, but we're going to be seeing Carry Happa switch, but it's not going to quite be soon enough, as TE Lullaby is going to be cleaning up here for this fight.
Yep, and solid defense coming from there. The bomb kind of whiffed and went a little too high. We're hoping to try and slip that one into spawn, and we're going to see some compositional switches coming up from Winnable, as well to respond from Tidal Esports. And card is so close. Neither team has ultimates, but Organic's got the first pick. Here we go.
Yeah, very good first pick. You want to see that. You want to get that brig kind of out of the way. And we're not going to fall. That means that there's not going to be a lot of space for the defense here. TE Lullaby kind of on their last leg. They really need to pull something out, but it's going to be so tough. Only the off supports on the cart. Ruby there not able to quite get there in time. It's going to be it. It's going to be the side of Winnable taking the third point.
Yeah, very one-sided engagement from the GOATS compositions. We saw the GOAT swap-ups from either team, but man, Winnable just looked way stronger. Organic was able to get that first pick, and when you're playing against the Goats composition, once you take out one of their key members, like a Brigitte or the Reinhardt, the composition kind of just falls apart, and they're not as strong as they are together, right? So composition fell apart. There's 2.5 minutes on the clock for Winnable, and we'll have to see what Tidal Esports can do to stem the tide.
Yeah, Tidal really gonna have to be pushing it to kind of be competitive here. They do have a large time bank to go against, even if they do make it all 3 points. But anything can happen. I certainly have seen weirder. But we're going to be seeing what the defense is going to be rolling out with, and it's looking like a little bit more of a tank-heavy comp once again.
Yep, it'll be the 3-2-1 composition, a bit of a bunker with the Diva, and Momentum will be solo healing, which is super interesting. You're going to be able to damage boost the snipers. You're going to be able to maneuver from one side to the other because your Hanzo and your Widow are going to have crossfire, which means they're going to be firing from both sides of the map, which is very efficient. Unfortunately, they don't have enough healing for their tank line, but the cool thing about Roadhog is that he kind of has his own healing with his take a breather.
Yeah, absolutely. One less aspect to have to worry about. However, the gates will be dropping. We're going to see the teams kind of come head-to-head. The Orisa going to be taking the low ground for the defending team with an early hook. Will be capitalized upon. Ruby taken out early in this fight. That's a lot of burst damage gone from the attacking team. However, will be brought back up just in time for another kill to be brought out on the side of Tidal. And this halt hook is so effective coming through from the defenders right now. They need to be playing very carefully. Their position is a little touchy. But Russian Cows continues to get the pulls. Love, however, going to be equalizing with the kill onto Ford. And now it's looking a little bit dangerous. Bowie getting caught out, meaning that there will be no more shielding, at least until they get brought back up by Momentum. But now it just looks like the defense is crumbling a little bit. You need to be very careful.
You're exactly right. Bowie's going to go down. That fight will go to Tidal Esports Lullaby. Can we talk about Russian and his crazy hook accuracy? Because that was mental. I mean, to be fair, the whole team was kind of grouped up in the same place. You're going to hit one of them. But holy moly. That's a big stagger, actually. Yeah. Kind of a misplay on Russian Cow's part. I don't know if they're going to be able to contest. And if they are, it'll be kind of suboptimal because they won't have the Roadhog.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they won't have that third tank kind of in line, especially the one that combos so well with the Orisa. It's looking questionable. They're definitely lining up for it. Looks like they're going to barely get out of there in time. Ford on that Diva's going to dive right in and get brought down to half health. But in the meantime, Love taken down. That is a good DPS opening here. Russian Cow's actually going to make it on the point, taking down Ruby with that whole hog. That is very crucial. Renok going to be taking that counterpart as well. Rez has some crucial impact here. Both Orisas dancing onto cart. However, the hog is still there from Russian Cows, meaning that Renok's going to fall, and that's going to actually be the offense for TE Lullaby. It's going to be a hold.
Very clutch plays coming from Momentum and Bowie for getting on the point. Ford actually managed to skip onto the point and touch without going down, only went to like 60%, and they cleaned up house from there. Organic getting the first pick off onto Love was huge, though. Love needs to be really careful and really responsible of his positioning coming to these next couple fights. He's been taken down in weird angles lately.
Certainly has been the case.
Here's Organic on the flank again.
Yeah, have to be very careful with this. Hanzo doesn't want to get hooked or caught out by one of those rogue snipers. Love, speaking of rogue snipers, going to be taken down. Carry Happa. That is a good opening, but the Diva Bomb coming in, hopefully going to cause a little bit of disruption. Going to take down the Mercy. That's pretty crucial. They're not going to have that res up for the remainder of the fight. However, these snipers look like they're struggling to find any rough angles. The hook coming through, going to be landing onto the Mercy. Momentum gets away with that Valve. That is crucial. She's going to pop it. That is going to give them a little bit more uptime. The Diva Bomb coming out from Karn just for a quicker reset. It's not going to be getting anybody. Both Hanzos going down. Things are looking pretty even, but it's just going to be Ruby trying to back off for the time being, but getting pulled right back into the fight. This is brutal, but the Diva and Mercy going to come in to try to help out. Not going to keep them up. Russian Cows also falls because of the body.
So close.
Love. This is getting so close, but really it is on the side of Tidal Esports to make a move. The halt coming out, but there is no hook to combo with it. And that it's looking like it's going to be another defensive hold from Winnable.
Yeah, Love is just needs to start hitting these shots in the cross angles, and
Oh,
as I
and
say
there you
that,
go.
Caster Curse or Caster Blessing, I guess.
Yeah, Love gonna be opening up the fight, draining that Mercy res out right early. The Hog gets the hook, but Bunny Hunter gonna clean up before the Mercy even becomes an issue. It is now looking pretty good for the attacking
It's
team
winnable.
here. Carry Kappa and Organic both claiming some kills. Karn gonna be getting demeched as well. The Diva Bomb going in just for good measure. Gonna be claiming two as well. Somebody needs to get on the cart just to hold it, and that is going to be it. It's looking like Winnable's gonna be taking it.
Yeah, full hold for Winnable. Super well played. That bomb was nasty coming in. It was the perfect time as well. You get them off the payload within 10 seconds. They're not able to touch. The round ends. Winnable wins. Their Mercy went down, and I thought it was kind of dicey from then on, but man, they can do anything, and they don't even need their main healer. Carry Happa. Cut the tape! Cut the tape! You know?
Yeah, it's always embarrassing to see those POTGs where you end up dying, but such is the case. At least you're still getting recognized. And with that, as we mentioned, Winnable going to be going up 1-0 in this, our second game of the night. Now, this means that TE Lullaby going to be able to, I believe, pick the next map after a quick ban from Winnable. Do you think, based on what we've seen played so far, Chase, that they're going to have any preference in map bans?
I have no idea, because it feels like either team has like a weird hero pool, and they were playing mirror compositions, but I can't gauge just exactly what their hero pools are after that. You know, like Orisa Hog is pretty common on a Junker Town, and Winnable's, oh my god, Russian Cows is like the best hog in this tournament already. Like, I don't even need to see these other matches. He's actually insane. He's hitting like every single hook. He's getting all the picks he needs to. His timing with Ford, with the halt hooks, are just so good. And Ford is doing a brilliant job too. I'm not gonna mess around on that front as well. But we're gonna be seeing Horizon Luna Colony be banned.
Curses. One of these days, I will have Horizon be in the tournament. It will happen. Some team's going to pick Horizon, and it's going to be horrible, and then we'll never play it again, but it will happen once. Mark my words. Chase.
Amazing. Sounds great. I love it. I'm also loving, and we were talking about this a little earlier with the like pregame interview. You know, we have Star Esports. We also have the NFN tournament going on this weekend or this week. I'm actually loving the fact that so many tournaments are catering to like tier 3, and there's a lot of. It seems like there's a lot of response, and there's actually quite a bit of money being thrown into the T3 scene. So I'm super happy that there's actually money and people are playing for things, but I'm also happy that I get to cast this tournament as well. So thank you guys. As we say that, make sure to vote for your MVP in the bottom left corner of the Twitch panel. You guys are on the Twitch page. Also, if you want to donate some bits to help out the staff that are running this program, you can donate some bits and you actually get some additional points as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, usually do things like shout outs for anything along the lines of subs, bits, anything like that. So it's always cool to show your support. I personally also like seeing the community, feedback. I love, being able to interact with the community in whatever fashion that is, even if it's just hopping onto the Discord or, retweeting a tweet, whatever the case may be. Love seeing that interaction. It helps the players, it helps the team, it helps us, the casters, and it helps the production team who are a little bit more behind the scenes, but we still got to show them the love all the same. Thank you very much to everybody who's been able to show us that support.
Agree. Thank you guys so much for your support. We'll be getting into, or we're in the pick and ban phase. TE Lullaby are just trying to figure out which maps they want picked, trying to decide on a couple of them. They have a lot to choose from. So Junkertown was just played, and Horizon was just banned, and it looks like Lijiang will be picked up from Lullaby.
Not a whole lot of surprise there. Li Zhang seems to have been one of the favorites for this tourney. Well, in general, historically for this tourney, I suppose, is more so what I meant. It kind of offers a little bit of a shifting of play styles. Probably not so much anymore now that we're starting to see a little bit more DPS come into the fold. But before we used to see a very defined May Goat style, and then you could run a little bit more free form. And then you would be able to run DPS comps on Gardens. So I think we're starting to see that kind of meld into a little bit more uniformity, but it still has its positives. It still has its strong compositions and its weaker compositions.
I agree. We're getting into Gardens, which is like a heavily favored fair map. It's also really good for dive because there are a lot of places that you can escape through nooks and crannies. It's not a very good goats map because the Lucios on either side's what's called the cliffs side tend to be booped off, so it's not the most goats prevalent map, but I think we might be seeing it just because teams have practiced it. That'd be the 3-3 composition. And as I say that, looks like Winnable might be playing it with the Sombra.
Yeah, the Sombra gonna be coming in. Winnable going with the Sombra Doomfist combo, a combo that's been in and out at various stages of Overwatch's history. Glad to see it kind of coming back, but as it turns out, I'm just gonna get fooled. Organic hopping onto the Brig. Ford continuing on that Sombra, however, with the triple quad DPS coming
Quad DPS, Mercio's going to speed boost and stay. No, they're going to swap to the Mercy. That's right, just using that for the speed boost. They need to get a pick off. The Goat's composition ideally needs to get into the center. Oh no!
Funny Hunter getting an early boop on the board.
It's actually still winnable. It's actually still winnable for the Goat's composition.
It is very much so, but we're not going to have a little bit more free reign, not having to worry about that. Sombra going to be getting hacked onto Bowie. That means a lot of damage is going to flow into the face of the side of Winnable. However, they're not going to be bothered too much by it, as Karn going to be getting a big pin from Bowie. That's going to open things up a little bit more here. Organic now dropping Funny Hunter on that Pharah, able to leverage that aerial ability. But it looks like they're not going to impose too much presence onto the point just yet. It's just going to be that Hammond. The Rocket Barrage coming out. Russian Cows taking down Funny Hunter, showing them that Ana's not a force to be reckoned with here. And it's looking like the possession is going to go in favor of Winnable, and they're going to continue to win this fight as well.
Yep. Solid plays coming from the Goats composition of Winnable. Renek's going to go down. Organic's going to get picked up, actually, but it doesn't really matter. And the Goats composition will stick to this point like glue, and they thrive on points like these. Even if Funny Hunter gets the barrage, it's just not as effective as this Goats composition is together.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely going to be the case. A sleep dart onto Funny Hunter. That's going to take out the
pin him,
for a few seconds. Does not look like the potential for a pin will be there. The Dragon's coming in, and a nice concussion blast from Funny Hunter taking out Russian Cows. That is a lot of healing down. We're going to be seeing Carry Happa getting very low. Going to be brought down by the pile driver from the Hammond, and Karn taking down Momentum is the final nail in the coffin, it seems. As soon as Organic gets brought down in a similar fashion, it's now going to be in favor of Lullaby, despite that sleep dart.
Yeah, Bowie wanted to go for the pin onto Funny Hunter. Funny actually being slept and killed out by Russian Cows. Russian has been crazy this match. IMO, my definite first pick. We will be seeing the Ghost composition coming onto point now. Mines coming in, though, could affect a lot.
Yeah, especially with that EMP coming through. However, the sound barrier will be there to negate a lot of the damage that's just going to straight come through.
Sound barrier.
Ford continues to get hacked, followed up by a headshot from Love. There's Grab coming out, only going to be landing on Renok, but that is enough to clean up the Hammond. That means there's no tanks on the field for the side of Lullaby. And Ford still has that EMP. Doesn't look like it's going to be used. The Earth Shatter going out, only going to be landing onto Love. Funny Hunter dropping the Rocket Barrage and then dropping themselves because of it. Carry Happa going to be absolutely cleaning up. And now kills are starting to turn in favor of Lullaby. This is looking a little bit tetchy for the side of Winnable. But with Love getting cleaned up, that is another threat gone for the now defending team to have to worry about. And it's looking like cleanup's going to be going a little bit for Winnable. They have point. This is all good for them. They continue to build up that ult charge. And right now it's just looking very haggard. But with 2 kills going in favor of the defending team. It's looking back and forth right now. This team fight does not look like it wants to stop, but that's exactly what Winnable wants. Nobody even touching point yet.
Yeah, there's a lot done with. You know, Bowie's going to try and save this point. They're going to be able to touch with the mines, and this looks like Lullaby's point, unless they can get onto something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be the EMP coming out, only going to be landing onto Karn, who does not quite get focused down quick enough. The kills, because of that, will be coming through from the side of Lullaby with a lost EMP on the side of Winnable.
Yeah, that is unfortunate coming from Ford. I think he might swap up. He's going to swap up onto the Diva, and they're going to play Monkey Goats. Some Winston Goats with Bowie on the Winston. Winston's really good against this opposing team. You can basically step on the Mercy and try and make sure that she gets taken out above everything else. There's not a lot of appeal for her, besides the just being around the Pharah. So as soon as they got into the point, just keep in mind, Karn has the EMP.
Yeah, Karn going to be scouting out here, waiting for the team to kind of set themselves up. They're going to do it. They're going to get hit with a 5-6-man EMP. Renock taking down Bowie right after the EMP hits. Ford getting brought dangerously low, but not before taking down Renock. They will be getting demeched, however. Carry Happa is going to be having grab, and the team should be aware of that. They're going to be especially aware of it now as their Mercy gets stuck. The Hanzo grab coming, or the Hanzo Dragon, excuse me, coming out from Ruby, not looking like it's going to be landing too much, but cleaning up Russian Cows with that arrow. However, he will be egg whisked by the side of Organic, who will then be popping Rally. It's now looking very back and forth as both teams going to be bringing out the Wrecking Ball. The Pharah are going to be activating the Barrage, getting kills without dying, at least immediately. Then I say that, and Carry Happa takes up the clean. The Doomfist coming through by Karn, this time for the side of Lullaby. That is looking very good in terms of stall, but as I say that, he gets brought down. Mercio bringing up Bunny Hunter, meaning the healing will not be available for the rest of the team for a brief moment. And because of that, this is looking like such a close, intense team fight. Ruby on that Tracer going to clean up Russian Cows. That is a lot of healing gone for the side of Winnable. They did not need to lose that Ana, but it still looks like the kills are going to go in favor of them. They're going to push the players off the point.
Yeah, Winnable going to take first point. Just the Goats composition going to be able to stall it out and kind of trudge through that bit of a mess that was the last fight. It always is. The last fight is always that big mess unless you can kind of cleanly cut the team off. Everyone is going to be swapping to DPS heroes, and we did see Russian go down on the Ana, but unfortunately, you know, Mercio went down as well, and now we're going to be swapping onto the 3-3 compositions on both teams. It's going to be Ruby on the Zen. That is the difference, and Russian's going to stay on their Ana, who's been very potent this match already.
Yeah, Ruby going to be very susceptible to those Sombra EMPs as well as the hacks. Definitely going to have to keep an eye out on that as well. The Transcendence can be blocked out by the Anti-Nade. Ford trying to get an early hack and will be getting it onto Renock, who gets slept CC'd. Is this season 12 all over again? Certainly seems like it to Renock, getting brought dangerously low and finally killed by Bowie. That is going to be a powerful hammer swing to the forehead. And it is looking good so far for the side of Winnable, but they still have the rest of the members of Lullaby to take down, who look like they're going to be regathering with their Reinhardt now. In tow, yeah, nobody getting onto point. Ruby takes down Ford, though, is going to switch things in favor of the side of Lullaby. However, the team not looking at their most healthy. It's going to be rallies coming out from both sides. Excuse me, Renock going to be taking a quick nap. And we are seeing some maximum damage coming out of Love. But both main tanks now down. That has a lot of space negated. Carry Apple going to be dropping the grab and then immediately dying afterwards. That is a brutal loss. And we do see the Transcendence come out of Ruby. But to save the team, you got to think it's worth it.
Yep. So this is why when you win the fight on a control map, you go to the point and you cap it. Ford goes down halfway through that skirmish after they get the first pick onto Rennick, and they basically stay fighting. Rennick is able to charge and come back. They take down Ford, and then they cap the point in response. And now you've given up all of this time. You gotta cap that point. This is all about the point.
Yeah, an almost decent Earthshatter coming through from the side of Bowie. Not going to be quite landing on too much, though. The counter Earthshatter, though, going to be landing on twice as many fools, and it's going to be netting some value, but not too much. The Diva Bomb coming out from the side of Karn, but Karn will be cleaned up before they can even get the remech going again. Renok trying to get onto point, but going to get firestruck and cleaned up, as will the rest of the team. And now it's looking once again for Winnable's recapture.
Yep. This looks pretty good for Winnable. Now it does. I think they've taken that bit of a mistake to heart. They're going to be a little more aggressive with their ultimates and also kind of control the fight from now on. There isn't a lot that TE Lullaby can really have in terms of their ultimate economy. So they're going to have to use these next couple pushes just to accrue some ultimates. Maybe bait something out, like a Transcendence from Russian.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing the side of Lullaby take the high ground and immediately drop down. Does not pay off, as Renok, Ruby, and Mercy are going to be dropping early into the fight. This is looking like a rather complete loss for the side of Lullaby.
Yeah, not only did you just feed a bunch of ult charge to Winnable, but you got 0 of your own, and we're at the same point now, where now Bowie has an Earth Shatter, and Ford is coming onto his EMP, but your team doesn't have anything as well. So they really have to make this next point, work really here.
It's going to be very hard to do that, though, as a couple of the members get locked into a grab, and it will be Karn taking a nice pin from the Reinhardt. And because of that, it's looking like the kill's going to be once again going in favor of Winnable, and it's questionable if there can even be any contest coming in from Lullaby.
Yeah. Winnable really holding this to point here. 99, and no one able to touch. And Winnable will take the second map and go up 2-0.
Yeah, overall, some very dominant play coming through from Winnable. I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like the Sombra coming through from Winnable was really effective. It just seemed like it gave so much trouble to, have that EMP and hack as a threat the entire time.
Yep. And one of those, the coolest part about the Sombra is you can use the EMP to charge your other team's ultimates, just like the Zarya, right? It's such a good tool for winning a singular fight, but it's also a single ultimate that can win you an entire fight just on its own. So a really well-placed EMP just wins you the map. It's so simple and it's so potent. If you have a good Sombra player, why not play the Sombra? Why not get some pickoffs in the early game with a hack onto the Reinhardt, like what we saw? That's why you're actually seeing a bunch of teams. I know personally, I do a lot of things for the Contenders team Triumph that are in it, North American Contenders. They're actually moving towards Sombra Goats instead of the traditional Goats compositions, just because Sombra is so powerful right now.
Yeah, we are seeing a resurgence of Sombra that I don't recall having seen since she had her ultimate generation on healing, which, I mean, we pretty much saw that on Route 66 first and Volskaya exclusively because that healing was so powerful. But, I mean, yeah, I'm loving the fact that she's kind of coming back in a little bit here. She was always that niche player, but now to see it kind of coming into the forefront's a very satisfying thing as far as I'm concerned.
You're exactly right. And I think the biggest part on why she's back is because D.Va is kind of nerfed. I don't want to say it's because D.Va was better, but it was certainly because before the D.Va nerf, D.Va was just a better hero than Sombra. So they picked the D.Va goats, of course, because it was so easy to eat people's grav. It wasn't very clear where the indicator was. You could kind of juke people out of it. The range of the defensive matrix was a lot bigger, so it was a lot easier to get rid of those grabs. Now we're in a meta where if you eat a graviton surge, it's kind of the Zarya's fault that they've kind of thrown away that graviton.
Yeah,
you don't see a lot of those anymore. And so that's kind of made this meta to where, why do we need D.Va? Why is she even around? Why don't we play Goats but with the Sombra? Because Sombra is more potent now.
Yeah, I always hear the talk about how, the Zarya versus D.Va counterplay is always kind of very back and forth. But I think having D.Vas in the game as prolifically as we have has made the Zaryas much more apparent to their own telegraphing. So, hey, let's not walk forward and just, chock full of confidence that we're going to land this grav because the D.Vas will pick up on that more often. And, I think that's come much to the detriment of D.Va players themselves, especially with that increased cooldown from the D.Va Matrix. It's been getting brutal out there for the off-tank players.
It really has. You're kind of forced to adapt when you're playing off-tank now. We've seen players in contenders need to swap onto multiple heroes and be as flexible as possible. Actually, what was really funny was Ellie Vote from Team Envy actually put out a post just a couple hours ago talking about, like, I've needed to be this versatile on instead of just playing D.Va. He's known for his D.Va, but he actually took a screenshot of, like, the 9 heroes he's played, including Reaper, Hanzo, Sombra. You need to have that versatility because you are playing a flex position. That being said, we will be getting into Hollywood. Hey, oh yeah.
Going to be taking a quick detour onto the land of film and camera. And, I think this is pretty much the similar map set that we've been seeing pretty consistently here. Sometimes we'll see a Hanamura thrown in every once in a while as well. But really, these maps are looking very familiar. And, speaking of familiar, a familiar pitch that I got to tell you guys about. Don't forget to vote for your Twitch MVPs in the bottom corner of the Twitch panel. Want to show the players some love. Show them who you think is popping off. And we will be sure to announce that at the very end of this broadcast. So stick around. Definitely want to see who is our MVP of the match.
Yeah. And don't forget, guys, if you want to add additional votes, you can donate some bits. You can also subscribe to the stream to support it out. We got a really cool team of people here, including Refuse, who is doing all of the production and camera work for you guys. Everything you guys see on the screen is because of him. It's just the beautiful voices coming from us that's really our contribution. So big props to him.
Yeah, absolutely. But as we move forward, we will be taking a quick look at the composition coming out from Lullaby. And, I've loved seeing it, the Orisa play on this map, but it's refreshing to see now the triple on Hollywood. I know it's heretical to say, I miss goats, but I did a little bit.
What is this we're doing some swapping. We'll be seeing the typical goats versus the Ana goats. It will be Russian on the Zen now, and Ruby on the Ana. Both flex sports kind of swapping up a little bit. I think Ruby on the side ground might provide some really nice nades, provided that they can get them off on the point here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That one didn't quite hit.
The nade not going to be hitting much except Renok, who's going to be just kind of swinging and contesting point right now, not using a whole lot of shielding. Love might fall for the worst of it, however. And we're going to be seeing Mercio put in a little bit of a tough spot, getting caught out, but they will not be the first to fall, as the the offensive team going to be looking pretty happy with this win so far. They're going to be surging onto point. Ruby might be the last one to fall as Mercio gets away alive.
Yep. Solid play coming from them. You can see just because of the ultimate charges from the Zarya what really happened, right? Carry Happa got a pick onto the Reinhardt and was able to get so much more ult charge. Is going to have this Graviton hopefully for the second fight. And Russian now with the Transcendence. Ruby swapped to the Zen as well, but now Ruby doesn't have anything.
Yeah, we're now going to be seeing a mirror composition here. Fire Strikes both going out, not going to quite being hitting anything. A nice Fire Strike coming out from Bowie, going to be hitting two. Cleaning up on Funny Hunter. Love going to be cleaned up quickly after that. Now we are just seeing the tanks Renok as well as Karn on the cart right now. Not really able to contest for too long. As they get killed, it will continue to be progress for Winnable.
Yeah, they're just keeping this moving, just like we saw in Junkertown. It's a different comp, but it's the same concept. They're maintaining their ultimate economy in these fights. Just keep in mind, Love is coming up on his Graviton Surge, and they do have the Shatter Bomb combo, which is very prevalent now, off on the side of T. Lullaby. Here's the bomb.
Ooh. And the bomb going to be coming through from forward, not quite netting anything. The rally coming out as well. However, it will be the Transcendence. A lot of support is going to be hitting right now, and a big Earth Shatter coming through from the side of Bowie. Not going to be cleaning up too much, but Renok will be falling in the front line. It looks like the kills will continue to come through for Winnable, And with that being said, we're going to be taking it pretty much to second point.
Yep. Really good shatter from Bowie, able to take them out. Love hasn't gotten a use on their Graviton Surge yet, and finally will, but they're going to be able to pick off a couple people. Actually, their entire team is short spawn, so they're going to try and take advantage of this, and this is where Winnable really thrive here.
Yeah, definitely looking good for Winnable so far. However, the grab going to mix things up just a little bit. The Transcendence even going to be invested from Ruby here without their main tank. That might have been the only necessary way they win out this fight. Love taking down Bowie is also a pretty good opener. They're going to perhaps make some progress here. We're going to be seeing this break separated. Love going to be cleaning them up because of that. And it looks like the rest of these Team Winnable are going to be peeling back just a little bit.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get short spawn and kind of die off early, but, you know, Lullaby actually ended up using a bunch of ultimates there, the Graviton Surge, the Transcendence, and the Earth Shatter. Bomb coming in, though. Ooh!
Yeah, Ford going to get a nice opening kill onto Renok with that Diva Bomb. The grab going to be coming out, only going to be landing onto Love. Love still going to be falling because of it, as will the rest of the defending team. And we're going to be seeing Winnable make a little bit more progress here. Not getting aggressive this time.
Yeah, the Graviton, I think, was a little overzealous. Once you kill the Reinhardt, I think the fight is pretty freaking winnable, to be honest. But Carry Havoc going to use that. Love almost to the Graviton Surge just a little bit. And we'll see what Lullaby can do. They have quite a lot of ultimates coming up.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and we are looking like we're getting towards the very end of these team fights. The Earth Shatter coming out from Bowie, not going to be landing too much. Karn taking down Carry Happa with their ult, however. The Transcendence from Russian Cows will be keeping everybody as alive as possible, but Bowie, as soon as that Transcendence is over, will fall. And right now, it's not looking good for Winnable in this fight. It will barely be maybe momentum getting out. Nope, not quite, as Russian Cows will also fall. And this chase is now coming through from Lullaby.
Yeah, really good play coming from them to capitalize on that Graviton being missing. They still have a bunch of ults, and now Winnable are kind of on the back foot. They don't have as many ults. They have none of the important support ultimates to really go off of. And we'll have to see what they can do. I don't know if they'll be using the rally to start off with. As I say that, they will. We go ham onto Renok.
The Earth Shatter coming out, only going to be landing onto Momentum, who does get cleaned up. However, Ford's Diva Bomb going to be claiming the life of Renok. It may not be enough. How kills continue to come in for the defensive side. It's going to be another stabilization from Lullaby. It's very fortunate.
And now no one has ultimates, because everyone's used everything. Guys, there's this concept called a dry push, where you kind of just go into the fight and take as much all charge as you can without using anything. Maybe let's try that this time and not use all of the resources so you can win the next fight. Because it's not about, you know, winning this specific fight, it is about capping the point eventually, right?
Yeah, indeed. And we're gonna be seeing Organic taken down. And now the fight is already off to a rocky start for the side of Winnable.
Yeah.
Bowie getting brought down dangerously low, cleaned up by Ruby. That main tank not able to sustain, and it's going to be another pullback for the side of Winnable, giving up a lot of ult charge.
Yeah, and Lullaby, yeah, they're claiming a ton of ult charge there. They're gonna have they're gonna have 4 ults in this next fight on the defense.
All right,
coming from Winnable, but to be honest, if I'm Lullaby, I'm kind of sitting pretty. You're waiting for the Graviton Surge to come up, and you have both your support ultimates. You got to just not layer them.
Yeah, there comes the Graviton. It's going to be landing an early kill onto Funny Hunter. Rather, the pin from it will be the Diva Bomb coming out. Going to be taking down Renok. This is looking like a good opening for Winnable. That's exactly what they need. The sound barrier coming in just to give them a little bit of extra oomph onto the cart. They're going to be getting a little bit more distance. It will only be the Zenyatta up, as well as the Brig to contest, but it looks like they're not going to be able to get there in time.
Yeah, really good play from Winnable. I think the bomb from Ford really sealed the deal there. That Diva Bomb doing a lot of work. I didn't think it would hit anything, to be honest. It was kind of just like, you're just yeeting it out there, right? So getting that much value and taking down the Reinhardt and the Diva Mech was huge, and they're able to just win the fight and sweep off of that. To be honest, I think Lullaby could have won that, and they could have full held if they had just been a little more prudent with the way that they were using their ultimates. Both of the self-destructs were kind of just thrown out of there. And I understand that you want to get the zoning capability off with the bomb, but there are better uses for it, especially if you're playing defensive. For example, when you get demeched on the cart to stall, you don't have to fling it out. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The Diva Bomb, they can always be a little bit more impactful. You can always ideally save them for just a little moment later, just to get that remake, just to have a little bit more survivability onto the point. Do I think it necessarily would have made them get the full hold? I can't really say.
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
there was
want
a
to
minute
pin everything on those bombs, but I am excited potentially for the Genji maybe off the side of Lullaby. It will be Winnable defending now. They're just going to be playing standard 3-3. Momentum going to be jiggling up the higher ground, doing some really high APM wiggling. And it will be, no, it's going to be Karn on the Diva.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more of a standard triple situation that we have going on. Maybe looking like a few months back, but with that being said, both these teams kind of getting right into it. Now we are seeing this time Winnable on the high ground. Got to be looking to control this space, just keep the side of Lullaby at bay for a moment.
There's a really nice rotation that my team likes to do, which is to go off on the right side and to take the space. Now they're going off to this left side towards the mega health pack, which is kind of useful. But to be honest, it really doesn't force the other team down. As I say, this Winnable kind of go down anyways. But you really want to force them off of the high ground without putting up too much resources.
Yeah, Winnable going to be hopping off of the high ground just perhaps to contest the point. And because of that, Bowie going to be dropped early, but it doesn't matter because a few more members on the side of Lullaby this time going to be dropping. A big pin going onto the side of Carry Hoppa, but it's not going to help too much as Renok. The Zenyatta Transcendence coming out just for 2 other members of the attacking team. Little bit peculiar. And then the Earth Shatter to come in. That is very suspicious, but the kills are coming through. It's just gonna be the side of Renok gonna be left standing, but now the reinforcements come in. It's just the Brig and the 2 other tanks to give the Reinhardt a little bit of support. It is looking so darn scrappy on the point right now. The Diva getting demeched and then killed in baby form is going to be a big boon, and it's looking like, actually, despite all of that, Lullaby going to be getting a little bit of progress on the point.
It's winnable from Lullaby, and they're able to take it. They used a bunch of ultimates really scrappily. It was one of those, guys, I have my ultimate, so I'm just going to use it. They used it, and then it actually worked out in their favor. I didn't think it would, but Lullaby are clutching it out, and I got to respect that. They have a lot of ultimates to use for these next couple fights, too. It's not exactly like they throw them away, you know? Renok has a Shatter coming up. Ruby's going to have that Transcendence, so I think it's really good. They got the grab here, too. Oh,
it absolutely is, and Bowie getting the Earth Shatter going to be landing on the 2, but the bigger Earth Shatter coming in from Renok going to be landing on 5. However, Russian Cow's getting up just in time to pop the Transcendence, however, will not be able to save Organic. The fight is going to be breaking out in full effect here, however. It is looking like Bowie going to be getting another Earth Shatter, landing 4 this time. Now the kills are starting to flow through. The defense going to be looking a lot more dominant this time around. The charge coming out from Renok, getting momentum, but putting them right in the backline to get picked off themselves.
Yeah, and that will be a solid defense coming out from Winnable here. Karn going to be spared with his life on the right-hand side, but they're still going to get the push. Winnable going to back off a little bit. They were missing their Lucio, who got pinned, funnily.
Yeah, now we are seeing the grab come out. Grab does whiff a little bit here. The Diva looking like they were perhaps trying to get an angle on that grab, but it doesn't really matter. Now the Zenyatta Transcendence coming out. Both Zenyatta's coming out.
Ooh.
Diva Bomb picking up Funny Hunter. That is a good opening. The Earth Shatter coming out, only going to be taking down Karn, who gets demeched immediately anyway. Love the last member standing, trying to get away, trying to survive. Not going to be the case as the defense holds strong.
Oh, that fight just kind of sucked from from Lullaby. Unfortunately, they whiffed the Graviton. They used the Transcendence aggressively from Ruby, but it just wasn't enough value, and the Shatter came through from Bowie, and they were able to just charge on in. And unfortunately, now they're just stuck with just the Shatter, and now Winnable have so much. Actually, on the higher ground, both Lucio's kind of fighting it off. Just hysterical.
Renok getting taken down early is not the spot you want to be in. Bowie also getting brought dangerously low, but will be able to be kept alive because of the man advantage as well as the healing coming through. And with that, we're going to see another defense come through from Winnable. They're looking very strong right now.
That was a very great Lucio battle up on the high ground. I hope that someone saw that. It was amazing. Yeah, just a solid another fight win for Winnable. Ooh.
Questionable Earthshatter.
I think that was a misclick. He's feeling nice and awkward about that one. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Questionable Earthshatter coming out from Bowie, who's now caught out a little bit as the rest of the team going to get a little ahead of themselves. A 3-piece coming in from the side of Renok, who gets brought dangerously low for their efforts. Mercio going to be dropping the sound barrier, but it does not matter. Renok gets continued to be burned down. Diva Bomb coming in does not care about the Zenyatta Transcendence, cleaning up Love as their bubble gets broken, and it's continuing to be a defense here. And despite Bowie's perhaps misclick, it doesn't seem to matter too much.
Yeah, he has another shatter too. It's kind of crazy how fast he's been getting these shatters.
What's Bowie setting up for?
He's going for the memes. He's going for the memes. Oh, I really want to see it. From the top rope!
He does. He hits the high Earth Shatter, and it may not have been necessary, but certainly going to help their teammate get the kills. And as we're seeing, Winnable does not seem like it's going to be stopped anytime soon.
Oh my god. That shatter, you saw it coming too. It was so televised, right? And Bowie got it off anyways. That was great.
Yeah, very, very good.
Great mean potential.
We're going to be seeing the rallies come out from both sides. The grab coming out from Love might open things up here. Renok going to be able to swing in just a little bit, and he brought dangerously low. The Diva Bomb going to be claiming Love. That's going to take a lot of DPS, and with Renok falling in, does not look great for the attackers here. Funny Hunter going to be taking out their counterpart in Organic, but it does not seem to matter too much. The sound barrier coming out from the defense. We're going to be seeing the Zenyatta stall from Ruby, but this looks like a futile effort.
Yeah, interesting ultimates there. Sports, another shatter in from Renok, but no dice. And this looks like a hold. This looks like Winnable are going to take this.
Yeah, it's absolutely looking in Winnable's favor. Just a celebratory Earth Shatter, and with that, we're going to wrap it up. Winnable going to be taking this, making it their third win of the night, meaning that they will be claiming this match.
Yep, third map win means you win the series. You get to move on to round 2 of the bracket. Just because Lullaby fell does not mean that they're out of the tournament, though. Crazy Earth Shatter coming from Bowie here. This was like him basically recharging a new one too. No, it was just him doing a lot of things. But yeah, Lullaby still have a shot in this tournament. They have a lot of things that they can work on, which is really nice. You don't have to come into this tournament and win the first match to win the tournament. You can definitely come back through the losers bracket. We have Organic coming on to the booth with us for an in-game interview.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing rather from this player, seeing how they had their eyes open on the battlefield. But before we get into that, folks, one last time, don't forget to throw your votes into the Twitch MVP chat. Let us know who you think the MVP player was for the night. You can show them some love. We always love hearing from the crowd, so definitely put your vote in the bottom right-hand corner. Let us know. But in the meantime, Organic going to be hopping into chat with us. Organic, how are you feeling after that game, my friend?
Very confident. That was quite the clean 3-0. Actually, not an attack on that last map. I wish we could have gotten a lot more time, but very confident still, nonetheless.
I agree. I think the meme potential was also there. We saw the from the top rope shatter coming up from
Bowie.
Yeah, coming up from Bowie. That was. Did you see that coming? How was he communicating when that happened?
So basically, on that part of the map when we were defending, we wanted to stall as much time as possible since the cart was like halfway through and we were like spawn holding. So Bowie just said, "I'm gonna do something really stupid right here." It's like, I mean, we're saving time, so we might as well, right? So
Yeah, go for me.
he went for that.
Yeah,
that
we made
play.
it cool, so make sure to double check the tape there.
Yeah, definitely one of the funnier moments of this this matchup here. But speaking of the matchup in its entirety, were there any moments where Winnable kind of felt a little bit shakier? Were there any moments that you thought, oh, Lullaby might be getting the upper hand on us? And if so, if not, what do you think were kind of your strengths that helped prevented that?
I think we definitely were feeling the pressure on Lijiang. They were running DPS heavy comps, and we are like a really goat centric team. Like we're really good at goats, and that's what we practice most of the time. Obviously, now that like the rumored 222 lock, obviously we've been practicing other comps, but we do struggle sometimes against the DPS heavy compositions. So that we felt a bit pressured towards that Lijiang game.
Definitely makes a little bit of sense. Lijiang kind of has that flexibility, particularly on gardens, to kind of work with a couple different comp styles. But you guys looked good throughout all of it. I got a question for you personally. You played the Brigitte the majority of the time, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, I did. I played Hanzo on the first map though.
Okay. With that being said, yeah, absolutely very clean. With you playing Brig, and you said that your team's kind of prepping for that 2-2-2 position. Is there a hero you're more excited to play now that you're not necessarily as locked to that Brig position?
Yeah. Definitely Hanzo, and maybe Genji. Although I don't think that Genji will be seeing a lot of just because like his kit is just like there's just not his kit, rather like the other like more oppressive heroes in the game like Sombra. That are in the game, but Hanzo and Sombra are like two heroes that I am looking forward to play if this 222 rumored is actually true. I'm very excited to play those two heroes because I think that I'm very talented on two picks.
Well, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I personally am excited to see a little bit of DPS play, especially if you're hyping up the Sombra. I was talking with Saif a little bit earlier about how I like seeing that Sombra play come through. We can see it a little bit on some maps, a little bit of scouting potential, or even sometimes as a viable DPS pick. But I'm definitely ready for it to kind of come into fashion here. Chase, did you have any more questions for Organic here before we just about head out?
Yeah, I got a question for you. What's going on in your background?
Oh, it's just a TV. My mom's watching TV.
Oh.
Yeah. I also have a fan going because it's really hot. Like summer just started,
That makes sense. We totally understand that. I had like my AC going on in the earlier game, earlier in the evening. I can announce the MVP of the vote, which is Carrie Happa. Congratulations.
Carrie Happa.
Yeah.
Kind of clean on that Widow.
Yeah, very happy to see that. So congratulations. But before we Organic would like to say thank you for tuning or hopping into the caster table, I guess, if you want to call it that. We appreciate you just coming in and answering a few questions for us. And before I let you go, I'll go ahead and give you the last word. Anything you want to say to the viewers out there?
Yeah, thank you for all the people that support Winnable. Like after we beat Square One on the GameStop tournament, like people have been showing nothing but love. So shout out to all my teammates. I love them to death, and I can't wait to proceed in the tournament. I'm very excited.
Absolutely, we can't wait to see you. But once again, Organic, thank you for stopping by and just saying a few words. We'll go ahead and let you get recollected with your team, reorganized if that's the case. But once again, thank you very much, my friend.
Good luck with the rest of the tournament. You guys are really fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely. And with that, folks, we are just about ready to wrap up our broadcast for tonight. But that being said, you don't have to fret because there will always be a little bit more of the All-Star Brawl to go around. That being said, I believe we have another game tomorrow, the 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to catch us then. For the time being, however, we're going to be going ahead and signing off here for your casting entertainment. I have been Sir Waltham. You can catch me on Twitch or Twitter at Sir Waltham, WALTHAM. And on the other side of the table with me has been Sci-Fi, aka Chase. Sci-Fi?
I'm Chase. Hello. It was great to cast with you, Sir Waltham, again. And I'm sure we'll see you guys around.
Yeah, absolutely. Always a pleasure, Chase. But with that being said, we want to go ahead and wish you guys a great night, and we hope you stay safe out there, everybody.